Aloha, everyone. I trust you're making the most of the gift that is today. Welcome to Dr. P's Facets of Life series. This is pod number 36. Today's topic, before marriage. Accomplishing a successful relationship such as marriage can be a difficult and often frustrating process. A relationship like marriage is the ultimate relationship that should be based on mutual understanding and effort. The more you understand the motivations of the other person, the easier it will be for the two of you to coexist. But before you think seriously about sharing the rest of your life with someone with whom you are going to spend so much time, energy, and emotion, get to know yourself. Try to understand as best you can what your strengths and weaknesses are, and generally, what kind of person you see yourself as being. Write down your self-appraisal. Then share that with the special person. Then encourage that person to do the same and share their information with you. Each of you share your fears, joys, dreams, goals, and your individual ideas for creating a harmonious life together. It's very typical for couples to spend much more time planning the wedding than they do planning the marriage or partnership. It would be wise to participate in some type of premarital counseling, either professionally, pastorally, or even personally. By personally, I mean self-counseling. There are so many questions that should be asked and answered of each other. By answering these questions, you gain a better understanding of one another. This can lead to better outcomes, both short-term and long-term. If you'd like an idea of the kinds of questions to ask, you can contact me via email on my website or through my website. Or you can find such a list in my book entitled Marriage Doesn't Come with Instructions, a Pocket Guide to Planning a Life Together. Because this relationship should be a partnership, there needs to be an equalness and a fair togetherness. Partner equality means that each partner is one half of an undivided whole and of equal importance in the life they share together. Individual decisions which are being made should always give consideration to the wishes, feelings, and sensitivities of both partners. Let's talk a little bit about money matters. Do not stick your head in the sand over this issue, please. It's really important. Did you know that financial or money matters are among the most prevalent issues that contribute to marital discord and ultimate failure? This can be a huge issue. So discuss your individual and joint philosophies regarding earning, saving, and spending. Communicate your goals for the short, medium, and long term. And for heaven's sakes, if you do nothing else, please learn the difference between wants and needs. Most of us get this part wrong, and it can have serious consequences. Remember that there must always be honesty, compatibility, flexibility, and compromise if you want to succeed. Now let's talk briefly about communication. Real communication is more difficult than you might think. It is mostly because many of us are not very good at really listening. Additionally, many of us are not good speakers in terms of saying what we really mean and following up to make sure we are being understood. Sometimes this can be a simple matter of trial and error, but sometimes we might need an outsider to help us. Make this one of your relationship priorities. Now I'd like to switch gears and talk about children. This is a biggie. This is a topic that should be discussed in depth prior to wedding plans and prior to pregnancy. This is an individual personal matter which requires thorough communication between partners. The decision when or whether to have children is part of the getting to know each other process. Take your time, do not rush this process and the decision. Then formulate a plan that you both can be comfortable with. A caution to you: do not, under any circumstances, have a child as a means to fixing an ailing relationship. In most cases, the birth and presence of a child does not pull a couple together or help to fix any existing relationship issues. Allow me here to mention something seemingly simple and possibly even taken for granted, or not. Because life for most of us can be full, busy, hectic, and often complicated, consider establishing a tradition in your relationship. That would be a weekly date night. Set aside a time when the two of you can separate yourselves from all the stuff going on in your busy lives, just to be together. It's a way to stay connected and intimate throughout the years of your marriage. It is we time. Just as important as the date night sort of thing is also allowing some time for each individual to pursue some interests outside the marital relationship. These are things like hobbies, friendships, and things that bring meaning to oneself. This is part of personal development, which is very important to you and to the relationship as well. And finally, let me suggest that you each make a real effort to begin each day by sharing a smile, a hug, a kiss, and say something positive to your partner. I like to refer to these things as deposits into one another's emotional bank accounts. These deposits can keep an emotional bank account filled. A full bank account of this type will build strength in a relationship and pay wonderful dividends over time. That's it for this time, my friends. Please do your best to be kind to others, and remember that gratitude is always the best attitude. This is Dr. P saying aloha.